Good evening and welcome, friends. The fact that you're watching News Sunday shows how seriously you take what's happening in and around you. So let's give you a good political conversation this Sunday prime time. The Prime Minister has addressed 6 rallies in 5 states in the last 24 hours alone. But have you observed that in the midst of a full-blown election cycle such as this, the opposition bloc seems to be missing, or the alliance parties seem to be trudging lonely furrows at best. Congress seems to be falling from one gulf to another and from one faux pas to the next slip of tongue. We had witnessed many of those bloopers by Rahul Gandhi himself during his Bharat Joro Nyaya Yatra, from GST to Aishwarya Rai dancing. But of late, the lead has been taken by Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge, seen in one clip crying, suggesting that he is not in control. Yesterday, speaking in Churu, Rajasthan, he slipped in a slip of tongue which seems to have taken Congress Communication Chief Jairam Ramesh on a slippery slope of explainers. But beyond the Article 370 slip, for which Kharge used Article 371, what got the BJP jumping was his "what have you got to do with Kashmir" jibe. Prime Minister picked it up in his stump speeches today. Is Kharge's slip of tongue just a slip or a Freudian one? Symptomatic of Congress's failure to get to grips with the campaign in 2024? Or is it failure to not only build a narrative, but to fail to rise to the occasion for your own constituents? Those are the questions we would ask. Where does this leave the general election? The debate essentially centering around what Mallikarjun Kharge said, but more about where is the opposition heading. Headlines first.
कांग्रेस के राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष छोटा पद नहीं है। उन्होंने अभी भाषण किया। उन्होंने ये कहा, और वो कहीं शायद राजस्थान में बोल रहे थे। उन्होंने कहा कि भाई क्या राजस्थान में आकर के 370 का क्या लेना देना? ये टुकड़े टुकड़े करने वाली गैंग का प्रताप है कि ये लोग ये भाषा बोलने लगे हैं।
Prime Minister takes Tukde Tukde swipe at Congress, says Kharge comment indicative of the Congress mindset. Bengal governor calls for action, but TMC netas set to campaign at NIA attack site in East Medinipur.
करके 370 का क्या लेना देना? मोदी यहां आकर के 370 की बात क्यों करता है? ये सुनकर के मुझे बहुत शर्म आई दोस्तों। क्या जम्मू कश्मीर हमारा है कि नहीं है?
PM rips apart Congress over Kharge's Kashmir remark, reiterates J&K is an integral part of India. Day after NIA team attacked in Mamata's bastion, Lockheed Chatterjee's convoy targeted in Hooghly now. AAP netas converge at the Jantar Mantar in Delhi, hold hunger strike as a mark of solidarity protest over Arvind Kejriwal's arrest. Mufti takes on Farooq Abdullah over collapse of Gupkar alliance. Ladies and gentlemen, a day after Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge questioned the people of Rajasthan over their relationship to the abrogation of Article 370, First Home Minister Amit Shah and then Prime Minister Narendra Modi have come out lashing against the Congress President for making such a remark, by once again reiterating that Kashmir is an integral part of India. The question is, was this a Freudian slip by the Congress President, and has Congress's Tukde Tukde tendencies overtly come out once again, as the Prime Minister suggested? Let's look at this report, which brings in all the voices and reactions on the comment made by Congress President. And on the other side, I come back with a panel of guests to discuss.
The abrogation of Article 370 has come to dominate the political discourse this election season.
यहाँ आकर कह रहे मैंने 371 को निकाल दिया। अरे भाई यहाँ के लोगों से क्या वास्ता है? ठीक है, आप जाके कश्मीर में बोलो, जम्मू में बोलो, लेकिन यहाँ
It's Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge's slip of tongue that is now caught in the eye of a mega storm. Listen in once again.
यहाँ आकर कह रहे मैंने 371 को निकाल दिया। अरे भाई यहाँ के लोगों से क्या वास्ता है? ठीक है, आप जाके कश्मीर में बोलो, जम्मू में बोलो, लेकिन यहाँ
Prime Minister has called out the Tukde Tukde mindset.
कांग्रेस के राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष छोटा पद नहीं है। उन्होंने अभी भाषण किया, उन्होंने ये कहा, और वो कहीं शायद राजस्थान में बोल रहे थे, उन्होंने कहा कि भाई ये राजस्थान में आकर के 370 का क्या लेना देना। ये टुकड़े टुकड़े करने वाली गैंग का प्रताप है कि ये लोग ये भाषा बोलने लगे हैं।
The BJP is up in arms. From Italian culture exposed attack to raking up UPA's controversial defense deals.
मुझे तो लगता है कभी कभी कि क्या हो गया है कांग्रेस को, जिसे नहीं कहा गया मति मारी गई है, बुद्धि मारी गई है कहा जाता है। अब मुझे लोगों ने बताया कि साहब कांग्रेस के अध्यक्ष जी आए थे, उन्होंने कहा कि साहब धारा 370 और राजस्थान का क्या लेना देना। अरे सारे देश का लेना देना है धारा 370।
The BJP is going all out. The Congress is attempting damage control now. With a slew of promises, some repackaged, some that shock and some which mismatch in its manifesto. The party is already facing backlash. So was it after all a Freudian slip for Kharge? Let's debate.
All right, joining me on this conversation to represent the side of the BJP, it's nationalist spokesperson Sanju Verma. She's joining us live from Mumbai. Also on her side, Karan, he's political analyst and joining us live from Delhi. On the other side, we have Ahmad Ayaz, political analyst, joining us live from Delhi. We also have Abid Mir Magami, leader of the Congress party, joining us from Jammu and Kashmir. Both of them from Kashmir, so we will have interesting bit on the Kashmir on Kashmir situation as well. Shyam Prasad Meka, leader of the Congress party, is going to join us very soon, and Sumant Raman, political analyst, leans towards the opposition space, essentially the Congress and the DMK. Should I begin with you, Sumant C. Raman, and shall we agree with Jairam Ramesh that it was just a slip of tongue of the Congress president, and that after all he's an old man, we should not make much ado about the kind of slip of tongue that has happened?
Look, the party spokesperson has already clarified that it was a slip of the tongue and he meant 370 and not 371, and the whole matter has been put to rest. Now to rake it up, is basically just for, trying to go down the same route which we have already gone down multiple times. Saying, Congress is anti-national, they don't have a caring for the country and blah, 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 which we have heard, for the last 10 years almost every day. I think people are slowly starting to tire of the same lines. At least we should, try to come up with a different set of lines, with each year. But I think that, look, if we get into issues of slip of the tongue, I can go on for half an hour about slip of the tongue of various BJP leaders, starting from the Prime Minister, which is not really the purpose of the exercise. This is not a tutu meme kind of a contest here. Mr. Kharge is well into his
Would you
80s,
want to take 2 minutes
he is
and give
entitled to
me
the
at least
occasional
one
slip of the
example
tongue.
of Prime
So I
Minister's
don't
slip
see
of
where the
tongue?
problem is. Yes, Abhishek?
Sumant Raman, I asked you a question. Would you want to take 2 minutes and narrate maybe 2 examples of Prime Minister's slip of tongue?
No, I would not want to do that. I would.
In this present campaign.
If somebody really wanted to do it, it is available on social media, and I mean, it is in.
Okay, you give it a pass.
To do that. I mean, then.
Okay,
then
you
there
give
would
it a
be no
pass.
difference between,
I don't know if people are tired or maybe Mallikarjun Kharge ji is tired.
And me. I don't want to do that. All I can say is, if you
Kapil
really
Madan,
want
you
to
would
see
like
it,
to
it's
take,
available
you
on
would like to
social
make,
media.
you would like to make a stronger defense of Mallikarjun Kharge and Jairam Ramesh on this?
So Abhishek, I'll make 2 points here. One is
Kapil Madan.
Mr. Jairam Ramesh has clarified that 371 instead of 370 was a slip of tongue. It was a mistake, and he has clarified. And I think nothing, remains insofar as the confusion between 370 and 371 is concerned. However, I will make a larger, and a much important point here. If you hear, though you have chosen to selectively display Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge's speech, but in his speech, he mentioned that the Honorable Prime Minister is not talking about the issue that mattered to the people of Rajasthan. He took and he gave an example about farmers. And I may just ask you, do you know how many farmers have died by suicide in the last year as per the NCRB data? I'm asking you, Abhishek, do you have the number with you? Because that's what, Mallikarjun Kharge, wanted to stress in his speech. Do you have the number, or should I give you the number?
Please give the number.
Yes, more than 11,000 people from the farm and the farm industry, farm laborers, have committed suicide, which is, approximately, as per one of the report, is 1 person every hour. So when Mr. Kharge made a reference, he said that yes, that the Prime Minister, when he was in Rajasthan, there are more graver issues. There are more topics, which requires Prime Minister's attention. However, the Honorable Prime Minister have chosen not to raise those issues, and rather he has taken raised the issue of 370. So this was the essence of Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge's speech, and I'm sure if you display it, if you play it the entire video, the entire premise of this debate, wherein you're trying to give a completely different color and a different twist to what was said, will get exposed.
Okay, just to give you context, Kapil, Prime Minister was in Churu a day before Mallikarjun Kharge, and it so happened that the last time Prime Minister was in Churu was on February 26, 2019, the day the Balakot airstrikes had taken place. So it was natural for the Prime Minister to recall his last visit, and then in that context he mentioned Kashmir and the abrogation of Article 370. And of course, apart from that, the fact remains that Article 370 was one of the troika of BJP promises since 1980 and before that of Johnson. And so if it is part of stump speeches, since this is the first election, general election after abrogation of Article 370, then obviously Prime Minister would speak about it. So I don't see any incongruence so far as Prime Minister talking about is concerned. And I am even willing to concede that it might have been a slip of tongue. The only debate we are having is whether it was a Freudian slip of tongue, because it's sort of making Jairam Ramesh get into a bit of a tongue twister, connecting it with Article 371. And that seems a little irresponsible or dangerous. Make your pick. But I would let Sanju Verma respond to the farmer suicide bit that you mentioned. Sanju Verma.
Abhishek, I will not allow the topic to be digressed from. I will obviously, respond to that farmer bit. But before that, I need to make a couple of very important points. First and foremost, अफजल हम शर्मिंदा हैं, तेरे कातिल जिंदा हैं. भारत तेरे टुकड़े होंगे, इंशाअल्लाह, इंशाअल्लाह. the Congress and its entire cabal and its entire ecosystem, led by Rahul Gandhi, Priyanka Gandhi, Vadra, Sonia Gandhi, what have you, and their minions like Jairam Ramesh, KC Venugopal, Mallikarjun Kharge, these are the same people who say sab changa si when our farmers are fired at and lathi charged, which happened in December 2021 and April 2022 in Hanumangarh in Rajasthan, when the Congress government of Ashok Gehlot was at the helm. And what was the fault of the farmers at Hanumangarh? In many parts of Rajasthan, be it Jaipur, Dausa, Karauli or Bharatpur, tell me which is the single largest crop which is grown in Rajasthan? It is Bajra. And the Modi government fixed MSP at 2,500 rupees per quintal. 2,500 rupees per quintal in the last year. And prior to that, it was 2,350 per quintal. And guess what, Abhishek? For the longest time that Ashok Gehlot-led Congress government was in power in Rajasthan, farmers were not getting the benefit of 2,500 or 2,350 per quintal, but Bajra was being procured by the Gehlot government at barely 1,000 or 1,100 rupees per quintal, less than half at what the MSP has been fixed at by the Modi government. So यहाँ बैठ के farmers पर भाषण मत दो. Almost 3 lakh crore rupees has been directly transferred into the bank accounts of more than 10 crore farmers via PM Kisan Yojana, and more than 35 crore insurance claims have been resolved via the Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana. So that is about farmers. But coming to the more important point about the Tukde Tukde gang, which the Prime Minister stressed upon and which I want your audience to take note of. Osama bin Laden Ji, Masood Azhar Ji, Mukhtar Ansari Ji, Yaqub Memon Ji, Atiq Ahmed Ji. This is what the Congress does, paying obeisance to gangsters, ultras and anti-national elements. But more importantly, I want to say this. Article 370.
You forgot to mention Vishbhushan.
Article 370. I'm finishing. Kapil, you can rebut me after this. Article 370 की बात प्रधानमंत्री का मन करे तो राजस्थान में भी करेंगे, उड़ीसा में भी करेंगे, झारखंड में भी करेंगे, तेलंगाना में भी करेंगे, उत्तर प्रदेश में भी करेंगे, मध्य प्रदेश में भी करेंगे. The Prime Minister has as much freedom of expression as you, me or anybody else, wide Article 19 of the Constitution. Rahi baat Article 370 ki, so I say, by fulfilling what we said in our manifesto, that we will abrogate Article 370 when nobody gave us a chance in hell that we will ever do so. I remember the late Sushma Swaraj saying, just before her unfortunate demise, that she never ever imagined that in her lifetime, Article 370 would be abrogated. Many people like Omar Abdullah threw a gauntlet at the BJP, saying, "Himmat hai to karke dikhao." Himmat hai to karke dikha diya. आपने कहा था हिम्मत है तो राम मंदिर कब बनाएगा, तारीख बताओ. अरे तारीख क्या, आपको जनवरी 22, 2024 में कॉन्जिग्रेशन प्राण प्रतिष्ठा करके दिखा दिया. The limited point is this: the Modi government does not only talk the talk, it walks the talk. Be it abrogation of Article 370, be it now notifying the rules for CAA,
Sanju.
We have shown that we are fully committed to what we promised in our manifesto, which is not anti-national, not anti-women, not anti-Hindus, but it's inclusive.
Okay, Sanju, you have made a lot of charges against the Congress party also, and we have Shyam Prasad Meka of the Congress. Shyam Prasad Meka, just to sort of phrase my question, and of course then you can respond to what Sanju has said. At some level, as I said, even if we concede that it was a slip of tongue, sort of it gels with the Congress party's position on Article 370. Right? Congress party is not saying that they would bring back Article 370, but the Congress party has been very, very uncomfortable with the abrogation itself. And so perhaps subconsciously the Congress president gave away that bit in the comment that he made, Shyam Prasad Meka.
See, Abhishek, Congress party's position is very clear. See, Article 370 or any of such things should go, okay? So our problem is, only thing is, we need to do it in the proper way, in the democratic way. Okay, it happened. Now, nobody is saying to bring back Article 370. Is the Congress party saying so? Congress party, what Congress party is saying is, what about making the life of the Jammu and Kashmir people better? What are we doing about it? That's our issue. And now BJP is bereft of any of their achievements to talk for the last 10 years. They are bereft of any agenda for the next 5 years. They try to divert the attention by all these issues. See, come on, let me challenge BJP. See, Congress party came out with a manifesto. Congress party came out with a manifesto that talks about the people's issues and is bringing the politics of the country back onto the people's issues. Where is your manifesto? What is BJP going to do in the next five years? What are their achievements in the last 10 years? Instead of talking that, BJP is doing this fist-pumping, chest-thumping nonsense.
Oh, do you really want to hear that from Sanju Verma, Shyam Prasad Meka, please?
I'm challenging BJP to tell that to the people of
Sanju,
this
you will
country.
get... No. Sanju, no, hold on. Sanju, hold on. I can let Sanju answer, but then it will take the debate in an entirely different direction. You don't want Shyam Prasad Meka to hear how many Ujjwala, Yojana scheme has how many benefited how many women. You don't want to hear from Sanju Verma how many homes have got Grah Lakshmi, this Har Ghar Jal Yojana and tap water. You don't want to hear all those things from Sanju Verma, right?
Shyam Prasad Meka. People from the opposition.
No, wait.
Only Karan and me are
See,
on
by all means.
Sanju, you're getting your chance. No.
By all means, Abhishek, I want our BJP friends to talk about Jal Se Nal, Nal Se Jal, Ujjwala Yojana, any of their achievements. Yeah, by all means, go ahead and do that. That's what the politics of this country need to run.
No, but we are not discussing that. Sanju,
that's what I'm asking.
Shyam Prasad Meka, that would be a trap for you. I want to avoid you getting into that trap.
Oh my God,
I don't want to get you into that trap.
Why are you mollycoddling them, Abhishek?
No, Sanju, one by one, you're getting your chance to rebut everyone. But Karan, at one level, as I said, this could be subconscious playing on the mind of Congress president when he made that Article 370 comment. I say Freudian slip because maybe there is an element of discomfort in the Congress party about Article 370. Let me take this to, actually not Karan, but let me take this to our journalist friends from Kashmir and...
I want to answer this.
And if I can go
Abhishek, I want to answer this, please.
Okay, answer quickly before I go to my Kashmir friends. Yeah.
Yeah, first of all, Abhishek, let's not make this a slip because he's been very clear about it. He's further gone on to say, iska Rajasthan se kya wasta? And Shyam Prasad Meka ji said that have we talked about revoking Article 370? Of course you have. And I'm giving you the date. 12th June 2021, Digvijay Singh in an interview has said we will reconsider revoking Article 370. So please check your facts. So the fact is, Abhishek, they are very clear. 370, removal of 370 is a perennial thorn in the flesh of the Congress. They wanted to keep this pot stirring. For decades they kept this pot stirring. And even though Mallikarjun Kharge talks about his Dalit origins and says about Dalit rights, he doesn't tell you that the removal of Article 370 ensured that thousands of Dalits, in fact millions of Dalits, got back their rights. There were athletes who could not do a job bigger than that of a sweeper because of Article 370 and 35A.
Oh, that's
those
a big
atrocities, those historical wrongs were reversed because of this move of Article 370. And Article 370, Abhishek, 1 second please. Removal of Article 370 remains a shining glory in the achievements of the Narendra Modi government. It is one of the biggest achievements where Mr. Narendra Modi bit the bullet. He faced enormous pressure and he walked the talk and delivered. Modi ji delivered. When he talks about guarantee, this is the kind of person, a muscular man who bites the bullet and delivers. And that is what the problem is with the opposition. They cannot stomach this.
Well said, Karan. Absolutely.
Okay, I want to go to Abid Mir. Sumant Raman, I'll come to you. No, Sumant Raman, I'll come to you. Abid Mir, since you associate with the Congress party and you are there in Jammu and Kashmir, is there an element of discomfort in the Congress which got reflected in that comment of Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge, Abid Mir? आपको लगता है कि जो एक कांग्रेस पार्टी में एक बहुत ही बेचैनी सी है कि 370 के बारे में क्या पोजीशन ले, वो दिख रही थी उनके कहने में?
We already make it clear. It is just a slip of tongue. Why you repeat again and again? And Sanju Verma ji mentioned all G's, but forget to mention one G. That is Godse ji. This government don't have a credibility to seek voters from the people. That's what they are crying. If everything is okay, after revocation of article, why Ladakh is burning? Why internet was suspended there day after tomorrow? Why Sonam wants to on fasting?
Abhishek, I want to respond to that.
Okay, it's not just about internet shutdown. You know, Abid Mir.
No, it is not just internet
Sanju,
shutdown.
I'll get you to respond, but let me get in Ahmad Ayaz also.
Democracy.
You know, you have 5
Sona
people
wants
from
to-
the opposition.
Sona wants to
who make
Ahmad
statements
Ayaz, the
that
fact
make
that
Sona
the rally
is struggling for the
Sanju,
conservation
no,
of
no,
Ladakh.
Sanju, don't talk over. You get to respond. Okay.
Just
Ahmad
everything is
Ayaz.
okay.
Ahmad Ayaz.
After revocation,
The rally that the Prime Minister had in Srinagar last month was said to be, by most neutral observers, neutral political observers, was said to be the biggest since 1988, a political rally happening in Srinagar. So obviously this could happen because people there in Kashmir understand what has happened to them in terms of good coming to them post abrogation of Article 370. You can't have that kind of participation without people on the ground understanding the benefits that have percolated down to them. Ahmad Ayaz, right?
No, as regards this Prime Minister's visit to Kashmir and having a gathering of people, as you say, there looks to be a change at the ground. You see, it's not only in case of Prime Minister, it has been in the case of all political parties, their gatherings. It has been in the case of a national conference, it has been in the case of PDP and then the Ghulam Nabi Azad. Even BJP now, no issue. You see, Prime Minister coming there means going to any place means, yes, it should have a gathering. Whatever way it is, whether it is really a gathering of the people of their own or a managed show, but gatherings are there for everyone. So that does not change things. That does not mean there is much of a thing. But the difficulty here is that the Article 370 is projected in a way that the whole country is given to believe that as if the Kashmir was never a part of India before Article 370 was removed. So that is not true.
No, nobody is saying that, Ahmad
And
Ayaz.
that too, the removal of Article 370...
Nobody is saying that. In fact, to the contrary, if Article 370 was an impediment of any kind, either emotional, psychological, or even constitutional, that impediment of Kashmir's integration with India has been removed. That's the only position. Nobody is saying that before Article 370 abrogation, Kashmir was not part of India. Nobody has said that.
May I?
No, if that is not the case, then what is the point? You see, Article 370 relates to only Jammu and Kashmir. And what has it to do in other states during election campaign? So that means this is being projected as a point, as if the Kashmir has now been integrated, Jammu and Kashmir has been now integrated with India. So what do you say? If that being a case, then do you remember that there was
explain himself why it matters to everyone in the country. I think Prime Minister explained it eloquently. You also heard Rajnath Singh, the Defence Minister, in that package saying that mati mari gayi hai Congress party ki if it says that Article 370 has nothing to do with the rest of the country. But Sanju Verma, you get to respond.
Thank you. The only mistake being done is that it is being projected by the BJP as if Jammu and Kashmir has been now integrated with the rest of the country, which is not true. You must remember
Sanju,
that you had elected representatives in Lok Sabha
what Ahmad
right
Ayaz
from
is saying is
1947.
Yes, what Ahmad Ayaz is saying is, Sanju Verma, for your benefit, that you are presenting a picture as if Kashmir was not integrated with the rest of India before you abrogated Article 370. Sanju Verma.
You know, Abhishek, I will respond to what Ahmed Ayaz is saying. After you said Sanju Verma speak, he continued to speak, you know, and I kept quiet. But I noticed that the moment
he just completed his sentence. Please go ahead.
Can I please finish, Abhishek? Do not keep interjecting me. And I don't like it when you speak in a condescending tone. Sanju Verma, don't get provoked.
No, I'm just correcting.
Don't talk over.
I'm just correcting you. I can't do that, Sanju Verma.
From you on how to debate. Let me say what I need to speak. Thank you. I don't need lessons from anyone here on what to say and how much to say. Because I have been very patient. There are 5 people from the other side. They are making
that's not.
I need to respond. Yes,
Sanju Verma, Karan is on your side. It's not like that. Karan is on your side, and you are getting to revert. You are getting to revert in response. Please go ahead. Sumant Raman, no, I will not allow that. Sanju Verma, you respond. Sumant Raman, I'll come to you.
Thank you. Yes, I don't need lectures from anyone. I exactly know what I need to say. First and foremost, I will address.
It's not a lecture, Sanju Verma. I am moderating.
Can I just finish, Abhishek? Stop interjecting me and eating into my time. You can rebut me and say what you have to after I'm done. First and foremost, let me address the elephant in the room. The elephant in the room is what one gentleman said about Sonam Wangchuk and the unrest in Ladakh. And the last person who will not, take the bull by the horns. Sonam Wangchuk has called off his so-called Pashmina march, which was to have happened from Leh to the line of actual control. What was the intention of his march? He says he wants to do the march, or rather wanted to do the Pashmina march, to find out how much territory, or rather he said how many 1,000 square kilometers India has lost to China. And I say that the Modi government has actually handled this entire thing brilliantly, because I don't think Sonam Wangchuk, who calls himself a climate activist, or anybody else has the right to second guess what the Defense Minister Rajnath Singh has said, to second guess what Union Home Minister Amit Shah has said, to second guess what External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar has said, and most importantly, to second guess what Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said. All of them have spoken in one voice and said, 1 इंच भी जमीन का हमने चीन को कब्जा करने नहीं दिया है in the last 10 years. But through your program, Abhishek, I want to ask this so-called climate activist, Sonam Wangchuk. He speaks about how much we have given to the Chinese in the last 10 years, which is wrong, which is false. Has he spoken about 38,000 square kilometers given by Nehru on a golden platter to the Chinese? Has he spoken about how we gave up our rights on Coco Islands to then Burma and now called Myanmar? Has he ever spoken about how Indira Gandhi signed off Kachativo in 1974 and handed it over to the Sri Lankans? Has he ever spoken about the 640 square kilometers which Manmohan Singh and Sonia Gandhi-led kitchen cabinet gave over to China only as recently as 2013? Has Sonam Wangchuk ever spoken about the large parts of Rann of Kutch which Indira Gandhi handed over to Pakistan? Has Sonam Wangchuk ever spoken about a lame duck Panchsheel agreement of 1954? Has Sonam Wangchuk ever questioned the capitulation by Pandit Nehru to the Chinese in 1962? No. So Sonam Wangchuk is not a climate activist. Sonam Wangchuk is an opportunist and a politician in the making. Now,
okay.
Yes,
By the way, Abhishek.
Okay, so, but we are not discussing Sonam Wangchuk. But the point that Sanju Verma makes, Sumansi Raman, is
Abhishek,
pertinent.
can I come in,
You see, from Kashmir to Kachativu, from Gwadar to Coco Islands, Kutch in between.
There's nothing.
No, Abid Birji, I'm not able to hear you. But I'm not able to hear you. But
let me. She's just like a spokesperson.
Speak, Abhishek.
She is the spokesperson. She is the spokesperson, obviously. She is the designated spokesperson, Abid Mir. But we are digressing. The question is not this. The question is...
Is the Sonam Wangchuk not designated activist?
No, Abhishek, can I come in, please?
No, Abhishek.
How can
Abhishek,
she be so
Yeah, please do.
Point of
Karan.
fact.
Sumant Raman first, then Karan. Sumant Raman first, then Karan.
Abhishek, first
Sumant
let
Raman.
us get things very clear. Sonam Wangchuk was at one point of time a strong supporter of this government. It is not that he has consistently been.
Sumant Raman, we are not discussing Sonam Wangchuk.
Modi
My debate is getting derailed and digressing. But I want to bring it back. And I want to bring it back with a soundbite of Prime Minister, which he made earlier in the day in Nevada. So Sumant Raman, no, we are not discussing Sonam Wangchuk. No. No, listen in. Let me bring back the debate on track. I'm not going to let it derail.
Has also raised.
No, we are not discussing Sonam Wangchuk. Please, I'll ask Sharat to bring that soundbite of the Prime Minister from Nevada where he's asking a question. Prime Minister is asking, where is the opposition campaign? And that's also our question. So let's listen to the Prime Minister, then I come back.
मुझे कल दिल्ली में कुछ लोग बता रहे थे, क्योंकि मैं देख रहा हूं कि ये इंडी गठबंधन इस चुनाव के मैदान में कहीं नजर नहीं आ रहा, उनके नेता नहीं आ रहे हैं। तो मैंने जरा पूछताछ की। मैंने कहा भाई मामला क्या है, ठंडे पड़े हो? वैसे उनके एक नेता ने बयान भी कर दिया कि हमारे लोग बहुत सुस्त है, ठंडे हैं, कुछ करना नहीं चाहते। तो उन्होंने कहा कि इंडी गठबंधन की वरिष्ठ नेतागिरी में पिछले 15 दिन से बहुत तूफान चल रहा है। तो मैंने कहा क्या तूफान चल रहा है भाई? बोले उनके एक नेता ने हट पकड़ करके बैठे हैं कि जब तक इंडी गठबंधन उन्हें प्रधानमंत्री का उम्मीदवार घोषित नहीं करेगा, वो एक भी चुनाव प्रचार में नहीं जाएंगे। अब ये हाल है उनका, वो बता नहीं पा रहे हैं उनका नेता कौन है, और वो अंदर अंदर लड़ रहे हैं। और इंडी गठबंधन वाले कहते हैं कि भाई अभी नहीं, चुनाव नतीजा आने के बाद तय करेंगे। अब वो अड़ करके बैठ गए हैं और वो कहते हैं जब तक मुझे नेता घोषित नहीं करोगे मैं कोई रैली करने वाला नहीं हूं। अब ये समझा रहे हैं, पता नहीं समझ जाए नहीं समझ जाए, लेकिन ये हाल है उनका।
Okay, Kapil Madan, pertinent point being made by the Prime Minister there. If India is a bloc, is an alliance, then obviously there have to be, rallies. The last time they came together and did a rally was more like a protest in support of Arvind Kejriwal.
Yes.
So it was not essentially an indie rally
let me give a very different
for
perspective.
batting for indie. It was more like Arvind Kejriwal has been arrested, so we are protesting, we have come together. It's unfortunate that this is happening. Is it because there is still jousting happening within the indie partners for who would lead the alliance, who would be the Prime Minister's face? We have not seen Rahul Gandhi doing rallies, for example, even for the Congress party, in fact. As I mentioned in the beginning, Kapil Madan, in the last 24 hours alone, the Prime Minister has crisscrossed 5 states doing 6 rallies or road shows. Where is Rahul Gandhi?
So let me give a very different perspective. I think you have, failed to notice, but it's a very, significant point, and I would want our viewers to pay attention to it. Now, I would have, understood Honorable Prime Minister speaking about what is his strategy, what is the agenda of the government, what will be the issues of the government on they'll be working in the next term if they get it. Now, rather than doing that, Honorable Prime Minister is speaking, and he's quoting someone from the India Alliance, meaning, what? Now, you have your people planted on the opposition side, and that's the reason why what happens is that every now and then you have somebody praising or questioning Mr. Modi. Next day, he joins the Modi government. So I find it, pretty, amused. It shows
But that reflects poorly on the opposition. I mean, it does not reflect poorly on the BJP, Kapil Madan. If you are saying that there are people in opposition briefing the Prime Minister, it reflects poorly, if at all, on the opposition and the leaders.
Abhishek, then you will be talking about what is your plan, what is you are going to deliver. You will not be talking about what is happening on the other side. That's one point. Second point is that who is these person who are talking with the Prime Minister? And, even if we are assuming that these statements are correct, I am disputing. whether the statement made by the Honorable Prime Minister is correct or not. Even then, I would say let's assume that
go by the substance of it, Kapil Madan.
But then no, the substance.
Where is Rahul Gandhi? Why are we not seeing Rahul Gandhi rallies in 5 states, 6 rallies like Prime Minister is doing?
The substance which you are not able to catch is that the BJP knows that they are on a very weak wicket. That's the reason why they have all the tainting leaders joining their party one after the other. Even the staunch opposition leaders who have criticized the Modi government, BJP has invited them, have taken them wholeheartedly, and their own leader, Miss Nirmala Sitharaman, was also, when she was questioned whether BJP is open to accepting all the tainted leaders, she said yes, everyone is welcome. So it shows what? It shows yes, BJP lacks. Why is Sanju defends the BJP government when BJP has leaders like Sanju Verma? Why would they want leaders from the opposition? I raised one question. She fights for the BJP day in and day out. Rather than having and promoting leaders like Sanju Verma, they are having people from the opposition.
Sanju Verma, such concern, sympathy, empathy for you by Kapil Madan.
No, I am raising a point.
Would you take some of it?
Actually, Abhishek, on a lighter note, I want to say something to Kapil Madan. I was on a debate on a different channel with Rohan Gupta, Kapil. You'll be surprised to know. And we were discussing about, Ashok Chavan being given a Rajya Sabha membership by the BJP. And Rohan Gupta said, why isn't somebody like Sanju Verma given a Rajya Sabha membership? Why do they have to give it to Ashok Chavan? और उसके 3 हफ्ते के बाद मैंने देखा Rohan Gupta has joined the BJP. So Kapil, is it that you are going to join the BJP now because you're speaking exactly Rohan Gupta's language? But I take your compliment in good spirit.
I am praising you, and I am also questioning your party when you have void in your party. That's the reason why you're bringing
Kapil,
people from the
now let me respond. Jokes aside, let me respond.
Let's focus on the debate.
I was not joking.
Let me respond.
Quickly, because Sanju Verma, I have a couple of more points to cover, but you get to respond to Kapil. Sanju.
Abhishek, you remember at your highly successful conclave when Arnab Goswami asked Amit Shah that, there are so many people who keep joining the BJP. Does that mean that BJP has compromised on its ideology? And I remember Amit Shah answered brilliantly, saying, we are very sure about where we stand. हमने अपनी ideology के साथ कोई compromise नहीं किया है. That's it. This is real This is politics. If there are people who are disgruntled, say, Ashok Chavan was disgruntled and he wants to join the BJP, he wants to apnao हमारी ideology, he wants to adopt our ideology, हम मना नहीं करेंगे. But I want to ask what Abhishek said, which is a very interesting point. Why is it that Rahul Gandhi is not able to keep his flock together? वो बात भी जाने दीजिए. Ashok Chavan छोड़ के चले गए कांग्रेस. What was Jairam Ramesh? Oh, we don't care who Ashok Chavan is. Milind Deora छोड़कर चले गए. Milind Deora and his father have spent more than 5 decades in Congress. Oh, who's Milind Deora? I don't care. I remember when Captain Amrinder Singh छोड़कर चले गए कांग्रेस, उन्होंने 45 years कांग्रेस को दे दी अपनी लाइफ के, the best years of his life. Jairam Ramesh said, who is Captain Amrinder Singh? हमें कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. जयवीर शेरगिल छोड़कर चले गए. Who's जयवीर शेरगिल? हमें कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. हार्दिक पटेल छोड़ के चले गए. जयराम रमेश says, who's हार्दिक पटेल? हमें कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. अल्पेश ठाकोर छोड़ के चले गए कांग्रेस. जयराम रमेश and केसी वेणुगोपाल से, अरे ये कौन है अल्पेश ठाकोर? हम तो इसको जानते ही नहीं. The attitude is the problem. The Congress does not appreciate merit or meritocracy. जो छोड़ के जाता कहते हैं, अरे ये है कौन? ये है कौन? हम तो इसे जानते नहीं. Ashok Chavan, the Bahubali of Nanded, was dismissed by Jairam Ramesh, saying इनकी तो कोई औकात ही नहीं है. जयराम रमेश जैसे नेता होंगे तो और रोहन गुप्ता बनेंगे, और लोग गौरव वल्लभ बनेंगे, और लोग जयवीर शेरगिल बनेंगे.
Shyam Prasad Meka is back with us. Okay, Shyam Prasad Meka is back with us. Shyam Prasad Meka, what Sanju Verma is saying is that if so many people are leaving the Congress party, and it's not just about Ashok Chavan who had cases against him or one case against him, it is, for example, Gaurav Vallabh who has no case against him, Anil Antony who has no case against him, Padmaja Venugopal who had no case against her, Captain Amarinder Singh, no case against him. So it's like, it's a bandwagon. It's, in a way, it's a trend. It's where the wind is blowing, Shyam Prasad Meka. But equally, it shows the failure of the Congress leadership to keep its flock together.
Abhishek, I would say Congress is not failing to keep its flock together. Congress is able to define what is its flock. Who has the commitment, ideological commitment and conviction, they will fight with us. People who lack the ideological conviction, they are free to go and join whoever they like. See, this is a new Congress under Mallikarjun Kharge and Rahul Gandhi. We're not afraid of taking on the feudal and Manvadi elements. And Congress has reinvented itself, and Congress knows what it stands for. And that's what we are bringing to the people of this country.
I'm not sure,
So
Shyam
as simple
Prasad
as
Mehta,
that.
I'm not sure really that this is a reinvented Congress party. I mean, reinvented for whom? And I really fail to understand. It's really confusing. So Sumant Raman, you see, the Congress manifesto.
Can I come in, Abhishek?
It's silent on old pension scheme. It's silent on CAA. It's silent on PMLA. It's silent on UAPA, some of the issues which the Congress party has been raising in the last few months. It does mention the caste census because Rahul Gandhi has been talking a lot about it. And then there are certain aspects which even I find myself in disagreement with, but then it's political party, they can bring anything in the manifesto. The point I'm making, Sumant Raman, is that while Shyam Prasad Mehta says that this is a reinvented Congress party, I fail to see that reinvention, where at least 15% of the manifesto is copied from 2019, word to word.
Well, Abhishek,
There is no reinvention that I can see.
They didn't actually come to power in 2019, did they? So they will have to carry over because they have given a commitment. There is a continuity in that promise. If they had won in 2019, perhaps they might have been able to implement some of those schemes. But here they have not won, and therefore some of those will naturally continue into the next manifesto. By the way, you have to also understand, yesterday Rahul Gandhi has given a statement saying that please give us feedback on the points that you like and what you don't like in the manifesto. So I think that that's a very welcome step. It's not my way or the highway. It shows that the leadership is willing to listen. They did a lot of consultation before coming up with this manifesto. In fact, for almost 5-6 months, there have been consultations going on with various groups. But even after the manifesto is brought out, should there be a clamor among certain sections for change, they are willing to look at it. What is the harm in that? I think that that is a way of showing that they are open and receptive to the ideas which come from the people, and they don't have a closed mind, and they are not unilaterally taking decisions as certain other parties have in a my way or the highway kind of a system.
Abhishek.
Why is Sanju Verma saying no for that? I didn't mention
Karan
any
Verma
party.
first, then
I only
Sanju.
said some other parties.
Karan, keep it brief. I have to cover one more point before we end the debate. But Karan, you want to respond? Quickly
Abhishek,
to the points made by Sumant Raman on the Congress party being responsive.
So two things, two things, Abhishek. First of all, their manifesto is the most regressive and fiscally unplausible document that one can ever see. They talk about legalizing MSP. I mean, are they planning to spend somewhere around 10 to 15 lakh crores when our budget is 40 lakh crores? Then they talk about giving away 1 lakh.
Please give me more ideas by way of feedback.
No, this is he could manage. This is what he could manage. And he talks about caste census.
You can
that
make
is
the
his big
figure
idea.
1 lakh to 50,000.
He talks about majoritarianism being a threat. Let me speak, Abhishek. Abhishek, let me speak, please. You're not allowing me to complete a sentence. Let me complete a sentence. His own father on the floor of the House said, the last thing we want is to be divided along caste lines. They did not implement the Mandal Commission for 10 years, and here all he wants to do is divide along caste lines. He talks about preference of personal laws. What is he planning to do? Is he planning to reverse the triple talaq? Is he planning to do a Shah Banu 2.0? Is that what he's planning to do? So don't give me this that it is a very progressive document. He talks about personal laws, majoritarianism being a threat. And Shyam Prasad Mika ji, our friend,
Yeah, Shyam
he says
Prasad
Congress
Mika,
party
Shyam
has
Prasad
discovered
Mika,
a
I
new
think the
model.
Congress
Your
party
new
actually
model
wants to bring
is
triple
that
talaq back, right?
Rahul
The
Gandhi-
wordings of the manifesto.
Let me
You made your
speak.
point, Karan Verma. I want to get a quick
10
response
seconds.
before I give it to Sanju Verma. You see, Shyam Prasad Mika, you are having a laugh, but there is nothing to laugh because it's really regressive for the Congress party to put in wording to the effect that the personal laws should be respected, and by which deductive logic says that the Congress party might revert the triple talaq law and bring personal laws back in a manner that the triple talaq law becomes ineffective, Shyam Prasad Mika.
See, Abhishek,
True.
I don't know by what stretch of imagination you draw that conclusion. Probably the trollish kind of mindset of BJP
Because the
IT cell
wordings in
can
the
only
document are
explain
such,
that.
Shyam Prasad Meka, that it says that the
Okay.
personal laws have to be respected, and triple talaq was
what
part
you
of
wrote.
personal laws, right?
Shouldn't they be?
Otherwise,
Shouldn't
there would
they
have
be?
been no need to
Abhishek,
bring the
I am asking you, shouldn't the personal laws be respected?
Abhishek.
Oh, Sanju Verma, see, Sanju Verma, Shyam Prasad Meka of the Congress
What
party says,
nonsense.
shouldn't triple talaq be back?
Okay.
No, I'm not asking. I did not
Abhishek,
say
no,
that.
I have to
Don't
respond.
try
I
to
didn't
put
hear
your
Mr.
words in
Mika.
my mouth, Abhishek. That is the problem.
Okay, can I respond to Mr. Mika? Thank you. You know, Mr. Mika raised many points. I will just say this. You know, when the Congress says that it wants to protect personal laws in its manifesto, and it says that, you know, it wants to specially protect Muslim personal laws, I just have one thing
Wow.
to say. Let me finish, Mr. Mika. I did not heckle you, then you can rebut me. I just have this thing to say, Abhishek.
Only
You know,
last 30
please
seconds,
understand,
Sanju.
Please understand the Uniform Civil Code is going to come all over India. You know, it has been notified in Uttarakhand. It's working brilliantly in Goa. And I'll tell you what, Samvidhan Sarvopari hai. Personal laws run subservient to the Constitution, even Hindu personal laws. Christian personal laws run subservient to the Constitution. By the way, the Muslim personal law dating back to 1937 is not even codified. At least
Right.
Hindu laws are codified. Parsi Marriage Act is codified. Christian Divorce Act is codified. Hindu Inheritance Act is codified. Hindu Succession Act is codified. Hindu Special Marriage Act is codified. अरे मुसलमानों का Special Shariat Act of 1937 तो codified भी नहीं है. How are you going to protect Sharia of 1937 assuming that you want to do it? My last point is only this, Abhishek. They say they are against Uniform Civil Code. By that logic, why are the Congress party and its ecosystem not against Common Criminal Code? I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Because if you go as per Sharia and you indulge in theft, your left hand will be amputated. If you indulge in kidnapping, your right arm will be amputated. If you indulge in adultery, you will be beheaded in a public square. Common Civil Code से दिक्कत है, तो Common Criminal Code से भी दिक्कत होनी चाहिए. You can't have your cake and eat it too.
Sanju,
She's
whatever
just
you have
loving,
said,
loving
whatever you have
Sharia
said just
criminal
now,
code.
according to Shyam
Sanju
Prasad
ji,
Meka,
in love with
constitutes,
Sharia criminal code.
according to Shyam Prasad Meka, constitutes an important feedback for Rahul Gandhi, which he would be listening and taking note of, and maybe incorporate some of the things in the manifesto whenever it's amended. But the point is that the Congress party is in a bit of a quandary. In Wayanad, they don't want IUML to come out with its flags because they know it can backfire in the north. But then in the manifesto, they word it in a manner that the target audience, in this case, the Muslim minority, gets a message that somehow the triple talaq might be back. It might not be, but that's something for the Congress party to really sort out within its think tanks. On that note, I've really run out of time. It was an engaging conversation, could have gone on for a little longer. Thank you so much, Sanju Verma, Karan Verma, Kapil Madan, Suman C. Raman, Shyam Prasad Meka, Abid Mir and Ahmed Ayaz for joining us this Sunday. And a short break. News continues on the other side. 9 p.m. tomorrow. The debate is back, of course, with Arnab Goswami.